Breaking news! Law enforcement needs your help finding 12-year-old Kayleah Wilson.
We did do specific searches in the area near her home where she would have crossed the highway.
She's just a great 6th grade kid. She's a typical middle school kid.
Information on this missing juvenile, Kayleah Wilson, was initially entered into a national crime database. We've been working this pretty much around the clock.
She left her home for a birthday party just blocks away, but never arrives.
She has good grades, has good friends, likes to be involved.
We have a huge amount of leads in this case. Every single one of them has to be tracked down.
Kayleah vanishes in broad daylight. How could it happen?
This is a very manpower-intensive investigation at this point.
Law enforcement says no case in the area has higher priority. Police desperately concerned for her safety, asking for any tip, big or small.
What we're asking is if anybody has seen something that they think would apply to this case, something on the street, some information from a neighborhood, anything at all.
As over 50 investigators combing the area, some with dogs, hoping to score a potential lead that brings the little 12-year-old girl home safely.
We really are in great need of assistance from the public. We want people to call us with anything that they think that may in any way be involved or may help us bring Kayleah home. That is our goal here. I can say that there is, at this moment, no higher priority of the Denver Division of the FBI. We have significant resources here assisting in this investigation. I'm guessing that we have, well, I can say that we have over 50 investigators here working this case. In addition to that, we've requested resources from other divisions and across the Bureau. We have actually brought in the Child Abduction Response Rapid Deployment Team.
This is serious. This is very serious. I'm Jean Casares of the Legal Network in session in for Nancy Grace tonight. This is a little girl. She's a 6th grader. She's not even a teenager yet. She's 12 years old. So she walks from her house to join another little girl. They're going to go on to a birthday party. She never even meets the first little girl. I want to ask Peter Banda, reporter from the Associated Press out of Colorado. Can you tell us what she was wearing when she left her house?
Yes, police say she was wearing a white and pink shirt over a white tank top, blue jeans, and white and red shoes.
Okay, all right, light colors. To Troy Coverdale, news director, KFKA Radio out of Greeley, Colorado. Well, this is what I want to know. She leaves her house. How far is it from her house to this highway that they say she had to cross? And what highway is it?
Not a very far distance at all. You're only talking about 3 to 4 blocks of that 8 blocks to get to her friend's place. It actually is an overpass. It's one of the busiest stretches of roadway in the city. It's US 34, a bypass that for years has passed through that area and has become more of a central roadway than it has a bypass, to be honest with you.
So you're saying she would walk over the bypass, not under and across the highway?
She would walk under the bypass.
She'd walk
she would walk under the bypass on 23rd Avenue.
Across the highway?
Mm-hmm.
Across the highway. Okay, to Dave Jolly, FBI, out of Colorado. Do you think she even made it to the highway?
We're not sure. We have a window of opportunity from about 3:40, and that's why we're looking for the public's assistance between that 3:40 and probably about 4:10, 4:15. That's the critical time that we need to find out where she was and who might have actually witnessed her in that area.
And that highway, how many drivers are on that highway? I mean, someone could have seen her that was just driving on the highway.
Absolutely, and that's why we're asking critical from the public. You know, some people might pass an automobile accident, 100 people might pass an automobile accident, and no one will call and report it because they think someone else did.
Right.
So we're really hoping on the public to come forth and give us some information of something very minor that they might have witnessed or saw that might be beneficial to this investigation.
All right. Richard in Massachusetts. Good evening, Richard.
Hi.
Hi.
I feel so bad about these children. They're under attack this time of the year, and it's an awful thing. Now, here's another missing child. The parents need to get more cautious. Every day in our community, we see kids getting off the bus and walking alone. nobody with them at all.
Richard, it's just what I was thinking before this show started. Let's go to Pat Brown, criminal profiler out of Washington, D.C., author of The Profiler, My Life Hunting Serial Killers and Psychopaths. You know, what Richard says out of Massachusetts is so true. What's happening? I mean, I don't remember hearing about all of this before, Pat.
Well, that is true, Gina. I think we just didn't have as much of this 20 years ago, and it is getting worse. And I want to, first of all, compliment the investigators on this case for giving that information about the inhaler. That is fabulous. Sometimes they won't get that information out. I'm glad they did, because somebody might have seen it around the road or in somebody's home. But I want to point out something about victimology, too. It's very important to know about this girl's nature, that she did have a 17-year-old boyfriend, and her biological father's not in the home. She may be seeking out older male attention. So when you let a girl have a lot of freedom and she's wandering off and she's all happy, it's less likely that a serial killer is going to grab her. I have to tell you the truth, there's nothing to do about anything negative about weight, but they tend to like real thin little girls. This little girl is a little bit pudgier, and that usually means somebody she knows, that they're able to, you know, lure her in.
But Pat, what do you think about 133? We just showed the map a second ago.
Exactly.
133 sex offenders, registered sex offenders in that area near where she lived.
Exactly, Gene. And if these are child predators, they're the type of person that can lure her in by talking to her sweetly and bringing her into their home. And they need to look right in that neighborhood and see who's out there.